Hey my lovelies, welcome back to my channel and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, grandmothers, stepmothers, adopted mothers out there. I have got a very special design today in memory of my amazing grandma, and I've used the Gems colour of the week. So to see how this one was created, please keep watching. So I'm working on Ebony, my Elena hand for this design. I have applied the Gems extra long coffin tips and keeping them almost at their full length. So surprise, surprise, I'm going to be using Gems crystal clear acrylic. I'm also going to be using Primrose, a beautiful cover acrylic with some iridescent flakes. The star of this design is the Gems colour of the week. This is lavender from the Easter collection. And then I'm also going to use these lavender and forget-me-not decals from the Decal Queen. So I'm going to get started applying my thin clear base and then we can get into this design. Now, I decided to do this Mother's Day design using lavender. One, because it is the colour of the week, but also lavender was my grandma's absolute favourite. She loved the scent, she loved the flower in general, so it seemed appropriate to do this design for her using lavender. I also picked out these decals because Bev actually designed them at my request a number of years ago because I wanted a lavender and forget-me-not for Grandma and Granddad. And actually, as I had them out ready to use, Ryan came in and went, "Oh, Grandma would have loved those." She loved those flowers, so it was so nice that he actually recognised that those particular decals Grandma would have loved, and they were designed a number of years ago because I asked for them. So I let my thin clear base fully dry, and now I'm going in on the tip, sorry, with the lavender gel polish. Now this is a very chunky, glittery polish, so it's actually, once you've applied some, you want to tap it into place to move the glitters around. These are very, very, very long nails, so it did take a little bit of work, and I'm just tapping it slightly where I want to blend it out so that it's not a harsh line. Just going in, adding a little touch more where there was any gaps, and as you can see, I sort of apply it a bit on and then I'm really tapping it around into place, tapping it off the brush, and just making sure I've got full coverage right to the tip. I am going to go in with a second coat just to fill in any larger gaps. So I didn't need to worry about building up too much with the first coat, but I wanted to see if I could do it in one coat. I felt it needed a touch more. So here you can see I'm sort of tapping it around where it's blending out, and then I'm just adding a little touch more right to the very tip. This bottle is a well-used one, so it probably needs replacing very soon anyway. Once I was happy with that first coat, its coverage, I am then going to cure in my lamp for 60 seconds. So first coat is cured, and I decided I did want to go in with a little touch more, so I'm just focusing more at the tip and just adding in a bit where I felt it was a little bit patchy and needed a bit more coverage. I have sped this up a little bit faster. I don't work quite that fast. Not worrying about fully covering, just adding where I felt it was a bit patchy, and then I'm going to give this another cure for 60 seconds and then we are going to continue with the design. So now going to my cover acrylic Primrose, I'm going to be applying this from the cuticle, just doing sort of the nail bed and then ombreing it over that gel polish ever so slightly. So I started a little bit short of the cuticle so I could work on the blend first, and then going in with the cuticle. Now this cover acrylic, it is beautiful, it really is, but it's got some flaky, shardy glitters in it, so I find this one is one of the harder ones to apply. I'm going to make sure it's had a really good mix up so you haven't got lots of flakes in one bit, and then I just find you want to work a little bit wetter with this one, and I find this one takes a little bit more work, but it is such a beautiful acrylic that it is worth it. And as I sort of feathered and blended it out down the nail, I got some of those pink like sort of flakes that are in there mixing in with my lavender gel, and I thought it was really pretty. But I do find this particular one, cover acrylic, just a little bit more work to use, and that is purely because of the flakes that are in it. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's just me, maybe it is a thing, I don't know, but once you get the hang of it, it is beautiful, and it all comes together. And to be honest, I was adding decals and crystals and whatnot, so I could cover up any imperfections. So I'm just going to be doing this on all of the nails. It is effectively just sort of my nail bed and ombreing it. So as I said, this design is designated, it is dedicated to my grandma this Mother's Day. This is the second Mother's Day without her. Still very hard, and obviously still, you know, think about her loads, and for me, all the events for her, so Mother's Day, her birthday, and then the anniversary of when we lost her, I like to do nail designs. That's sort of my thing that I can do as like a little in memory and dedication to her. So it was quite important for me this year to do some Mother's Day nails for her. I'm actually feeling a little bit emotional saying this, so apologies. She would have appreciated these long nails and sort of the artisticness and things. She never, ever, ever would have worn anything like this, even when she was younger. But she would have definitely appreciated the artisticness, and you know, she always loved to see my creations and what I was wearing on my nails, even if for her it was just, you know, a clear. So I really do hope Grandma would have loved these as much as I loved creating them for her. So now all that cover powder is down, I'm going in, I'm using the wash of clear acrylic. We're going to let that set ever so slightly, and then my decals have been all cut out already and they've been on a wet sponge, and I'm just going to pat them down into that tacky acrylic. Going to let it set ever so slightly. I'm going to pat them down and stick them in place. I want to pat them very gently. I don't want to smush and rub so that they tear. I'm just going to pat them in place and leave them. So I picked out 2 forget-me-not bunches and the 2 big lavender ones. So as I said, my grandma absolutely loved lavender. She had lavender scented everything. We always got her Yardley's sets for Christmas, like loads of them every year. That did her for the year. She liked having, you know, lavender scented bags in her clothes. She had lavender in the garden. But the other one, forget-me-nots, they always had loads of forget-me-not flowers in their back garden, and they're ones I always associate more with my granddad. So the forget-me-nots and lavenders, I think, are very special to me for grandma and granddad. And I thought lavender just because she loves them, and forget-me-not because we're never going to forget her. So the decals are now all in place. I need to encapsulate these nails in crystal clear, build up the apex, the structure, make sure everything is fully encapsulated so I don't file it away. I'm then going to file them off camera, ready to finish them off. Now, I forgot to film applying the crystals. I just forgot to press record, or I thought I'd press record and hadn't. So these are all filed now and cleaned, and I have applied the crystals. I used the Amelia Preciosa from Gems. I picked out some lilacs and purple crystals to tie in with the design. I also used the Aerial mix. This has got some beautiful blues. So again, I just picked out a couple of different shades to fit in with the design. And I also used some of these Delight crystals from Crystal Parade. I'm not sure if you can still get these anymore, but I picked out sort of a dusky purple and blue to match the lavender and forget-me-nots, and I just did those around the cuticle on the index and the pinky. And now I am going to top coat all of these nails. This is gonna wake them back up, and we are gonna see the full result of the decals, the gel polish, and that shimmery cover powder. Going to get right up to the crystals without covering them, and then I'm just going to do a nice layer of Tina Top on all of these nails, cure for 60 seconds, and this design is done. So for this one, just carrying on from what I've been doing all week, I kept my white background. I didn't add the pink at the end, I had the white background. So what do we prefer, pink or white? Please let me know. I'm leaning towards white, but I'd love to know what you guys think. So just finish top coating these nails. I'm going to pop them in the lamp to cure for 60 seconds, and then these Mother's Day nails are finished. And here they are, all finished, a very special Mother's Day design in memory of my wonderful grandma. So as I said at the start, I'm wishing all of you a very wonderful Mother's Day, whether you are a mother, a stepmother, an honorary mother, a grandmother, an auntie, or a mother figure. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm also thinking of any of you out there who find today difficult because you've lost your mother or grandmother, or don't have a very good relationship, or are longing to be a mother. You know, you are all in my thoughts. I hope you find a way to make today special and to get through it. We have come to the end of this video, and we've also come to the end of this week's glitter and colour of the week. This means from tomorrow there will be a new one. So I really do hope you've enjoyed this video. I'd love to know what you think. Please leave me any comments down below. I will pop all the product details in the description box along with links. Don't forget to use Helen5 when shopping at the Nail Team for 5% off any full priced products. Please give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you here. I've got so many things planned for my channel, so many video ideas. Please come and join me. I hope you've enjoyed this week's videos, and make sure you come back next week to check out the new glitter and colour of the week. I have popped a couple of photographs, they are coming up in a moment, of my wonderful grandma, as this design was for her. So there is me with her when I was little, bit older, and the last ever photograph I took when she was in the nursing home, just after I'd been given her engagement ring and her mother's wedding ring. That is it from me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.